It's Wednesday, September 19th, 2012, and this is news. Pundits in the mainstream media continued to assail Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney for suggesting at a fundraiser in May that 47% of the population is dependent in some way upon the federal government and would likely vote for Obama. The president responded to Romney last night on David Letterman's show, saying, quote, "One of the things I've learned as president is you represent the entire country, and this is a big country." Obama said he also learned as president that there are 3 branches of government, and the Washington Monument is very, very tall. President Vladimir Putin has ejected from Russia the U.S. Agency for International Development. U.S. aid spends about $50 million per year in Russia trying to advance the cause of democracy and to monitor elections. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, who reset the previously rocky relationship between the U.S. and Russia, said the move illustrates how close the two countries have become in the Obama years. After all, she noted, the Russians merely kicked us out. They didn't even torch the U.S. embassy. France has preemptively closed its embassies, consulates, and schools in 20 Muslim countries in the wake of the publication of a cartoon image mocking the Prophet Muhammad, which appeared this week in a French satire magazine. The White House said President Obama called his French counterpart to encourage him not to be intimidated, but to stand strong against the growing global threat of dangerous cartoonists. U.S. troops won't be going on many joint patrols with their Afghan counterparts for a while. The Pentagon announced the temporary change after a month in which Afghan soldiers killed a record 51 American troops who were trying to help train them. Meanwhile, U.S. forces will undergo more cultural sensitivity training to avoid offending their Muslim colleagues. President Obama said he's sure that American troops don't want to offend Muslims by, for example, putting their feet up on a desk, and that Muslims probably don't want to offend their American friends by putting a burst of hot lead through their heart and kidneys, for example. And finally today, Chicago teachers are back in the classroom after reaching a tentative deal to end a week-long strike. President Obama thanked the teachers union for their sacrifice, saying he knows it's hard to live on $76,000 per year plus benefits and to endure the insult of a meager 16% pay hike. But he knows they compromise because they're eager to get back to work, knocking on doors and making phone calls to protect Chicago's children from having to memorize another president's name. With PJ Newsbreak, I'm Scott Ott. Visit pjtv.com 3 times today for your antidote to the obsolete media.